Hello, guys. It's Timo here with 21metrics podcast. We're about to discuss markets today. So Bitcoin down a lot, 61K, and we are witnessing a huge stock market sell-off. So what is going on? My main thesis is that Bitcoin could drop even further. So that's why I named this podcast as 30K Bitcoin. So could Bitcoin still weaken by 50%? We'll see. It's one scenario, but let's see what is happening here. But first, check our partner Size.ai. I can recommend that the easiest platform to shift your crypto. It's like non-custodial, so you're just holding your wallets. You can, for example, shift from Bitcoin to PaxG, which is tokenized gold, or XAUT, Tether Gold. So you can just like easily shift between cryptos with no hassle. That's a great service, and we also have other partners like Bitalo AG, which is a venture capital company. So if you're looking for startup funding, Bitalo is your BaFin regulated venture capital company. For that, they offer funding, and then we have Satoshi. But yeah, let's go to the main topic. So basically, what is going on right now with Bitcoin? What is happening? So 61K. That's pretty low. While Bitcoin was able to recover to 65K before, now it's weakened by the stock market. So we saw this huge stock market sell-off, which has been like tech related, or it basically you would say it came from South Korea. So like South Korean stocks tanked first, but we are also seeing AI stocks going down, also like gold. So pretty much everything weakening. So this is now like the summer sell-off phase, you could say. But of course, the question also is that is there like AI bubble? I think there is. I think AI is very useful technology, but also like the valuations are a bit crazy. One thing that for sure affects everything is that we had this SpaceX ICO, sorry IPO, which was like the biggest IPO ever so far, and it got a lot of liquidity. So SpaceX is now down a lot from the peak. I think like minus 40%. So and retail investors kind of like bought it, and they were again used as exit liquidity. So maybe it's also a disappointment from the SpaceX IPO in a way. I think SpaceX will be a good investment, but you need to probably wait for a year or two, so it kind of like calms down, and then institutions will start buying it again. So I think SpaceX is a good stock, but you just need to wait for like kind of like unwind a bit. But yeah, a lot of topics here. So my main thesis is that could Bitcoin still be dropping a lot from here? I think it's possible, unfortunately, because we have like many themes here which are kind of like against Bitcoin. First of all, if we compare to previous cycles, like cycles of 17 and 21, back then we didn't have that many interesting technology stocks. But right now we have a lot of like competitors to Bitcoin in a way, if you like to say so. But let's look at the chart here. So we are kind of like if you compare to previous cycles, we are kind of like in a mid cycle right now, and I think we are in a negative cycle. So if you compare to other cycles, actually this chart is better. Um, we are kind of like midway down in a way. So here we can compare to other bear cycles here, and it clearly shows that Bitcoin still has room to weaken a lot. So So if it correlates with previous cycles here, I think we could see Bitcoin going like minus 50% to maybe 30K or something like that. So it's a possible scenario. So if you're planning to buy Bitcoin, I think you should like wait until the Q4, and we might likely see a lot lower price levels here. So that's my advice on this topic. But anyways, like what I wanted to say is that like Bitcoin is facing a lot of like headwinds currently. One of the headwinds is that, as I mentioned, that we didn't have that much competition before, like during the ICO cycle of 17, for example. ICOs were the new thing; they were like this sexy investment in a way, and like the attention also gathered around these new tokens. And in my opinion, we live in an attention economy, and also like the market is like narrative based, as my friend Fabio Bossi said, that we are in a narrative based market. And while Bitcoin is important, the narrative is not on Bitcoin's side per se. So a lot of competition from tech stocks, and kind of like they draw the attention, and also the liquidity, and also like the AI is the new thing. AI is kind of like, as we discussed with a friend during the weekend, AI is kind of like the new crypto in a way, the new like hype sector, if you want to describe it so. Like Bitcoin and crypto are still valuable, and there are many good new projects and new narratives. Like we have infra projects like Hyperliquid and privacy coins like Zcash, which have been successful, but still like the competition is getting a lot higher. So Bitcoin has to compete a lot more. But yeah, my main thesis is that yes, we could see Bitcoin drop more. If you look at this chart, we are still at mid cycle. So I think Bitcoin could weaken by minus 50%, and that would be like the cycle bottom. But let's move forward from here. So MSTR is also gathering a lot of attention right now, and um, and CryptoQuant's analysts have been commenting on that recently. Um, so I think like Taylor is under a lot of scrutiny right now, and he's being like challenged a lot. So the question is if Taylor's model is sustainable in anyway. But CryptoQuant's Key Young Yu just wrote this article about MSTR, and he's saying that what Sailor should consider next. He's saying that Sailor should pause Bitcoin purchase until cash reserves and dividend coverage are restored. That's like his point number one. Then he continues that Sailor should build a systematic model-driven purchase framework. Strategy always buys the local top has become a real market meme. Buying whenever capital is available is not a strategy. Then his like third point is that Sailor should create a disciplined selling framework for the next bull market. Partial sales near cycle highs would not mean abandoning Bitcoin. It would deleverage the company, realize shareholder value, and create dry powder to reaccumulate lower. That's not trading; it's risk management. So this is what CryptoCont's CEO says, and I think these are good points. I hope that Sailor has um, a strategy behind this, and I hope he really thinks what he's doing. But he's also like he has a lot of responsibility here because he's basically alone. He's carrying the whole Bitcoin market, because he has recently been the only institutional buyer. So he's kind of like Atlas, carrying the globe basically. The globe is Bitcoin. But anyways, he has lots of responsibility here. So I just hope that he's really thinking what he's doing. Um, and then Martin made another good point here, is that Sailor also has been diluting the MSTR stock, and both MSTR and Stretch are now weakening a lot. So this is obviously raising a lot of concerns here. So so uh, the drawdown is getting bigger currently, and the thing is that could Stretch really cause problems? That's the question. Uh, and But yeah, as I said, like Sailor has a huge responsibility here, and I hope he's taking it seriously. I truly hope so. Um, but yeah, maybe some might say that he has too much responsibility here. But anyways, then at the same time, like the Bitcoin treasury companies, many of them have been failures. As like as the cliche goes, they fared well when the market was going up, but when the tide turned, they have been faring that well after that. So um, I'm not like in any way. I'm not saying that the market is done in any way. Like crypto right now is too big to fail in many ways. I'm not like I'm seeing crypto failing, but maybe the focus is like shifting a bit. I think currently the um, most successful blockchain or crypto applications are stable coins. We have USDC, USDT, and then we have Hyperliquid, like this perp exchange. And but it's not like I think like it's likely that the attention is being drawn away from Bitcoin to other things, and it's I think it's clear that these USD based stablecoins have been a huge success. I'm seeing it in practice truly, but yeah, many things shifting, but Bitcoin could drop a lot more. I think before we reach a cycle bottom, it could be like minus 50% from here. So just a warning for you, and I think that's all for now. Let's discuss more next time, and take care.